Yo, it's your bruh True Drew back at it again. Look, the truth is, a lot of us, many of us, who belong to that indigenous maternal L haplogroup, yeah, that one, yeah, we gonna have a hard time accepting that the divine mama and the divine papa is one and they unified. Why? Because many of us have mama and papa issues, mommy and daddy issues. It just is what it is. You know, if you a male, you probably got issues with your mama. If you a female, you probably got issues with your daddy. So when we look at this scenario, it's like, what do we do about it? We didn't came to a point where now we didn't pick sides. Okay, the women want to rock with the women, the men gonna rock with the men. And if you do have a brother that's interested in learning about the divine feminine, the divine mama, he might not really care too much about the divine papa. If you have a sister who wants to deal with the divine mama, she probably not gonna care too much about the divine papa, or she want to deal with the divine papa and not care too much about the divine mama because she got issues with her mama. So how do we get to this? How do we get a solution for this? There ain't no use in harping on about it and the psychology behind it necessarily, but we have to acknowledge that it exists. But what's the solution? Well, the solution that had been put on my heart and placed on my heart to share with y'all briefly is shadow work, y'all. You've got to do self-healing. That's what shadow work is. Shadow work is digging deep within all of those repressed feelings, those repressed mental emotions that we get throughout our life that we try to suppress and hide and sweep under the rug and forget about and act like they don't exist. Shadow work is actually looking at those suppressed feelings, those swept under the rug ideas and thoughts, and addressing them head on. Now, one thing that helped me with my feelings, okay, when it comes to my mama and my daddy, is that one, I had to learn and realize that it's no coincidences in life. People like to say it's a coincidence, this and that, in that vein of being coincidental. But for me, it ain't no coincidences, and I like to share my idea on this with y'all. Everything happens for a reason. Everything, everything happens for a reason. And when you can begin to accept that everything in your life happened for a reason, that reason will then become divine. Okay? What they say, if it don't kill you, it what? Make you stronger, right? So if you still here and you able to see and receive this message right now, that means you've gotten to something and you've gotten through something, and now you're here with an opportunity to reflect. As you reflect, go within and realize that all of those past moments and instances made you who you are today. No matter how much they hurt in the moment, try your best to let go of the hurt that you felt back then and be grateful and thankful that you have the experience, got through it, and are here today. When you do that, your self healing will begin. Okay? You won't have no problem with your mama, with your daddy. I got this saying, some people who have a mama, right, or who have a daddy, for instance, let me go with daddy, because a lot of us don't have our fathers in our lives, right? So the ones of us who do, I notice sometimes you rolling with your circle of friends, right? And they might give you little snide comments, little slick little comments like, man, he got his daddy. He cool. He got his daddy. I ain't never had my daddy. But think about it like this. What if your daddy is a crackhead? What if your daddy's a drunk? What if he's an abuser, but he's still present every day? Okay? If you got a daddy who's a crackhead, an abuser, a drug user, excuse me, or abuser, like somebody who's physically wrong to you and stuff like that, then that's somebody you might not even want in your life. But your friends don't know that because you might not let them know about that aspect of your pops, right? They don't know what they're talking about, even though you have your father. Well, if you do have a father like that, you probably have to learn how to move forward without outing him or doing any sly comments back about him, and you try to live through it. But you might still be holding on to those feelings, right? Do your best to let that go. And the same goes for your mama. Your mama might be on the street. She might be a drug user. She might not be present in your life. She might be a drunk. Yeah, those things hurt, but they happen because there's so much more involved with why they happen. And until you're able to really analyze and look at yourself and realize that you're not the reason why she's that way or he's that way, and that you are a witness to these things, yes, you were affected by them, but you're still a witness to them, you can begin to self heal and realize that it's not your fault. When you do that, you can then look at everything happening for a reason, and those reasons being divine, Everything being revealed in divine timing, and you can heal. Then you can get back to the true divine mama and papa who your parents were supposed to be a reflection of, and you can begin to thank them and be grateful to them that you are not picking up the same habits as your mama and papa here on earth. And you can begin to heal your bloodline. Generational cleansing, generational healing is what I'm getting to. This is why it's so important to acknowledge the divine mama and papa. Try not to be bitter no more. Try not to hold no grudges no more, and accept your life for what it is, and accept that you can grow from every single instance in your life, and I guarantee you're going to end up being a winner for sure. Alright? Hey, much love. It's your brother Jew. Tap in with me. True Jew, that is. Tap in with me. And look, I love y'all for sure. Gone.